Hey folks, Ty here. In today's video we talk about the truth about dropshipping. Now you go on YouTube, you see all these videos, dropshipping's amazing, earn loads of money, but no one actually looks in the deep bad things about dropshipping. Now I'm not doing this to scare you off, these are just things that you need to be aware of, and if you go into dropshipping already knowing this, then it better your chances at success. Now don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So let's start off with number one, because number one is a good place to start. Number one is that it's a full-time job. There are long hours in dropshipping, especially at the start if it's your first time dropshipping. If you're doing everything like personally, if you're doing everything yourself, you're doing the fulfillment, you're doing the product research, you're doing the site setup, you're doing the live chat, you're doing the email flow, you're doing the marketing, you're doing all this stuff, it can get a little bit overwhelming. And it's something that you need to go in being aware of, that you are going to have this massive list of things to do, and it can get very overwhelming. So it's best off going into it knowing this, rather than being bombarded, being halfway through, and then you're like, oh, there's so much stuff to do, I'm getting overwhelmed. Just take a chill, just take a step back and tackle it one by one. And if you go into it already being aware of this, then you can challenge it like straight off the bat, and it doesn't become overwhelming, and they don't become the reasons why you don't succeed. Number two is low profit margin. Like, people go into this expecting to 70 to 80%, expecting six figures, expecting to get rich, and it's just not gonna happen. Like, it is possible, it's just not gonna happen straight away. Like, when you first start off, you're typically looking at low profit because you are still in the testing phase, you're testing products and you're making mistakes. Now, you are going to make mistakes, and that's completely normal, that's absolutely fine. That doesn't mean you're going to fail at all. And in the first couple of months, you will be lucky to just cover your expenses to begin with, and that's fine, that's standard. Now typically you'll start off with 20% profit margins, which doesn't seem too bad, but if you want to be making $200 a day, then that's $1,000 in sales, and depending on what product you're selling, if it's a lower valued item, then you're going to be having to make more sales, and then you've got to take into account your marketing costs, and it suddenly seems very daunting. So just something to be aware of, that don't be expecting six figures, 80% profit margin straight off the bat. It's something that you're gonna have to work up to. Like in your first month or two, if you make a loss, don't give up and walk away. It just means you have to refine some things, you have to improve some things, learn from your mistakes, and go from there. Like, there are low profit margins to begin with, and it's as expected, and you need to go in expecting that. And if you're okay with that, then it will basically equip you to be prepared for after that first or second month. When you see low profit margins, you don't make irrational decisions because you're already expecting it, and that's what I'm trying to get at. That leads me on nicely to number three, which is building a brand takes time and can be really difficult. Now, if you want the big money, you are going to have to go down the branded route, and your focus needs to be on basically building that brand recognition, building your business as a business, exactly what it is. And it does take time. It's not something that you're going to do overnight. It's not even something that is usually done within 6 months or a year. It's something that you've got to do over a long period of time, and you need to have a plan. Now, to build a brand, you do need to find that winning product, or that product that's got some longevity to it, that's an evergreen product, something that's just not going to trend up and then suddenly fall off as you're making the brand around it. So you need to find that right product, or that right range of products in order to build a brand, which takes time. You need a good agent or a good fulfillment company, which again takes time. The first agent that you use might be absolutely trash, and it's just going to be something that you're going to have to trial and error, and yeah, it's just going to be something that does take time, and it's something to be aware of. So don't go into it thinking I'm going to build a brand in 3 months, because if you go into it with that expectation and then you're hit with something, it will really knock you back and it will mess with your headspace, and that's not something that you want to be dealing with. So just go into it with realistic expectations, and then that will better your chance of success. Number four is that you don't need Shopify. Everyone tells you if you want to do dropshipping, you gotta do Shopify. They come hand in hand. Which, yes, you can dropship off Shopify. That tends to be a popular choice, but that is not the only one. Like, people can argue that Shopify is becoming really popular, it's becoming oversaturated. Just an argument, not saying that's what I agree with. but there are other options that you need to consider. Like if you're not already signed up to Shopify, and if you're not already starting down that route, then consider your other options, because there are like different forms of dropshipping and there are different types of dropshipping. You have Etsy dropshipping, you have print on demand, you can do fulfillment by Amazon, and you can even do drop servicing. And these are all different situations, different scenarios that you can pick over Shopify dropshipping. So don't get pressured just because you type in dropshipping on YouTube and all the videos are saying Shopify dropshipping. This is how you drop ship off at Shopify. Like, you don't have to go that route. You can pick the route that's best for you. You just need to be aware of those options. Now with Etsy dropshipping, I've got a video on Etsy dropshipping, so do check that out. With print on demand, it's still dropshipping, but a completely different form. Like, you don't necessarily need Shopify. You can still use Shopify, or you can basically do it off Redbubble, which is like a hosting platform for print on demand. You can do Amazon FBA, so you're not even touching Shopify, and you can do drop servicing, which again you can use Shopify, or you can use completely other options. You got WooCommerce, you got BigCommerce. There are different hosting platforms, so just don't get pressured into using Shopify if that's not something that you want to go down. If you do want to use Shopify, however, I will have a link below. Shameless plug. So now there you have it. There's a lot of negativity out there about dropshipping, but in truth, it is a really good form of secondary income. But it is running a business. Like, if you want to go down the route of being in the e-commerce industry and selling online, then by all means, dropshipping is probably for you, and you can make it work. Everyone's got the potential to make it work. You just got to put in the time, the effort, make sure you're knowledgeable about what you're going into. And yeah, there's low barriers of entry to dropshipping, so it is really easy to start up. And so people do tend to make mistakes because it's so easy to go into it. They go in with the wrong expectations, and then they complain and say, oh, dropshipping's a scam, because they've not got the results that they've been promised. If you go into it with the right expectations, then you're far more likely to succeed. Now that's all from me. If you've got any questions, do hit them down below. I'll answer every single one of them. I post every week, whether it's investing, crypto, dropshipping, Etsy dropshipping, talking about finding an agent, product research, all that good stuff. Go check out my channel. I post every week without fail. Doesn't matter if I'm ill or whatever, I will be on YouTube every single week. So yeah, that's the best investment you can make. Hit that like button, squeeze that subscribe button just ever so slightly. And yeah, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.